Chris is, of course, right that this is going to be analyzed for a lot of us here at home through that lens. Was he able to be persuasive? I think we've created an artificially low bar for our leaders here. OK, between Trump and now Biden, it's like if they can say a sentence and everything's pronounced the right way, it's a home run. The bar is embarrassingly low. For me, it's really about, is there a plan in place? Does it seem like he has and his administration has a feel for the adjustments that may be necessary? Because where we are right now could be a world away from where we are in 3-4 months. This is not ending anytime soon. Let's bring in National Security Advisor and former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, John Bolton. Style aside, how worried are you that this message is not going to hold over time because what's happening in Israel is going to get a lot bloodier and more complicated, and America may not just be able to write a check and make it go away?
Well, I think Biden's message tonight was adequate to the task of explaining what we're going to see in the immediate future. But I think the biggest potential risk to him, the biggest potential failure, is that he did not put it in a larger strategic context, which could play out for quite some time to come. The administration is unable to point the finger at who's really responsible here ultimately, and that's Iran. I don't believe that Hamas had the capability to plan this, to carry it out with the equipment they had. They could not have done this without Iran. Some of the documents that were found on Palestinian terrorists had dates for their plans of October of last year. This has been in train for a long time. This is the mark of a professional military. I think it's the Quds Force of the Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards. The next step here, if Israel goes into Gaza, which I think is coming anytime, it could be as early as tonight, it's coming soon. The next question is what Hezbollah does. Hezbollah was entirely created by Iran. And it's been its agent ever since the early 1980s. Really, one of the first things they did was the bombing of our embassy and the Marine barracks, as you and Chris have been discussing. Iran has a game plan here. I don't purport to know what it is, but this is all connected. And it affects not only Israel, it affects our friends in the Gulf Arab states and stability in the region as a whole. That was what was totally missing from this speech. And I think it would have been persuasive among Republicans and Democrats to put the Hamas attack in this larger context.
But, all right, just give me one quick, let's get one quick take, though. What would that look and sound like, though? You want to point the finger at Iran, fine. You're never going to touch that $6 billion that we're holding in those accounts. We're not even going to let you use it for humanitarian aid because we don't trust you. What else can you do to them? You know what I mean? Like, what would that policy look like that would be impressive to you?
Sure. Look, I think you could do a lot right now. In the last 3 years, the Biden administration has substantially weakened enforcement of the sanctions on Iran because of its nuclear weapons program. I will tell you the sanctions were not enforced as effectively in the Trump administration as they should have been. There's no doubt about that. The Biden administration has weakened them further. So tightening the sanctions, stopping oil sales to China, a variety of things we could do there. You could put a lot more pressure on them in Europe than we've done, and make it clear that not only do we stand with the people of Israel, we stand with the people of Iran who by a large number, oppose the regime of the mullahs in Tehran. Now, that doesn't mean we have to intervene directly, but when they killed Mahsa Amini over a year ago, you saw the people of Iran, led by the women of Iran, out saying death to the Ayatollahs. They don't like that regime, and I think the more pressure we apply, the greater the possibility the people of Iran themselves can bring it down. That's why you have to look at the big strategic picture.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.